Finally, new rule. Let's make the Father's Day we just celebrated the last one that takes place in a culture where dads have become such punching bags. Literally the last demographic group that TV, ads, and movies can still depict as clueless, useless dipshits. Basically just another child that mom has to look after.
Now, if you were like, well, at least he's managed to not be an absolute, at least he's managed to go this whole episode without composing the manifesto of an incel. Well, I have some disappointing news for you about this final monologue-length new rule.
Every sitcom is, tonight on ABC, Larry burns down the house. And the tagline in the commercial for every household product is basically, because your husband is a moron.
So that's not true. I don't know what sitcoms are even on now, but he's going to play an ad here.
Moving in together. It's a big step. A test. A test that Jeff failed miserably.
So what happens is, it's an ad where it's like, you're moving in together. It's a big test. It's a woman packing a bunch of shit into the back of, it's probably a car commercial, packing a bunch of shit into the back of her surprisingly roomy trunk in her car. Then she goes back into the apartment. There's a single chair. The guy who is clearly Jeff, the guy who's supposed to be moving in with her, he is sitting there playing with his VR headset. And she slams the door and is mad that he is not packed or prepared. And he kind of looks like, what? It says you're moving in together. So his whole thing, he's like, dads and husbands are portrayed like morons. This man, if they are moving in together, is neither a dad nor a husband. He is a young boyfriend, completely unrelated to the topic at hand. And again, I mean, this is not, I say and again, that's because I have a verbal tick. For the first time, if you are mad about an advertisement, you are dumber than dog shit. You are as imbecilic a human being as exists in the world, where you're like, this fucking ad thinks I'm stupid. Well, guess what? It was right, because you're complaining about a fucking car ad, you nitwit. The car ad had you down. The car ad got you, man. The car ad saw you coming, was like, look at this fucking rube who's going to get mad at a car ad, an advertisement, the lowest form of communication on earth, and you're mad at it. It exists for no reason other than to sell products, and you are like, this cultural object thinks I'm stupid. Yeah, and it was 100% correct because it worked on you. And now you're like, I'm going to be thinking about this fucking Subaru ad and how it thinks I'm fucking dumb because I'm a fucking man. And in 9 months, you'll be like, what? Subaru's in my brain. Maybe I should get a Subaru because you're a fucking sheep. You are a bunny. You have the brain of a bunny, where if you see instead of a loud noise or a shocking experience, if you see an ad that has a dumb man in it, it risks killing you from a heart attack.
I'm not sure when this trend started, but I'm going to blame the 1987 movie Three Men and a Baby.
Oh, sure, why not? Again, another hot hip reference. Oh, that noise. I made it and I thought better of it. I did not include the montage of him smacking his lips and clearing his throat. There are some egregious ones you may have picked up on.
The premise of which is that three grown men can't manage to keep a baby alive.
So that is not the premise of Three Men and a Baby. First of all, that movie was like the most profitable movie of the entire year that it came out. So maybe you should consider that was a historical artifact of a time when men did not take care of children. Also, it wasn't any of their baby. So they don't know anything about raising a baby. You have to learn how to raise a baby. It's not easy taking care of a baby. Like, there are things you need to learn and should know. As well, this is a big one. I don't know who's seen that movie. That is not the plot of Three Men and a Baby. Now, a couple years ago, my good friend, Casey Malone, great guy, he was like, hey, Flophouse Live is at Vidiots. I was going to get a ticket. Do you want to go? I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. The movie they were going to be talking about was Three Men and a Baby. I was like, well, I got to watch the movie before I go. I don't want to just going cold, not know what movie they're talking about. 3 Men and a Baby is about 3 men being given a baby out of nowhere that they then have to take care of. And also, the baby is embroiled in a drug trafficking ring. And these guys get caught up in it. And there are a series of wacky hijinks. There's threats on the baby because of the drug smugglers. You would be blown away to discover what 3 Men and a Baby is about. So not only do they use a reference that is 40 years old, he doesn't remember what the fucking movie is about. He doesn't even use it correctly. Because here's the other thing. The men are not like dopey, guys. They do a good job of raising the baby. Such a good job that when the sequel comes out, they're raising the little girl years later. They actually are pretty competent at raising the baby. They take care of it. They're worried about it. They do an okay job of raising the baby. And again, it is a drug smuggling caper that these guys get caught up in. That's what the movie's about. It is startling what that movie's actually. You'll never believe it in a million years. It really shocked me. So he got the movie wrong.
Same year gave us Married with Children, with its idiot shoe salesman of a father.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Married with Children with the dumb dad. And famously, every other character, totally normal and high functioning. Like, Married with Children is not about a family with a dumb dad. It was about a world filled with degenerates, morons, and scumbags who, at the end of the day, do have a bit of a moral center to them. But like, oh, the dumb dad. They're all dumb. The daughter's fucking dumber. Christina Applegate was the dumbest person on the show. God, she was great. She's so funny. And it also, like, captured the hearts. So many men my age. Just, you know, really a lot of powerful feelings about Christina Applegate from Married with Children. But that's not the point. The point is he doesn't know what fucking Married with Children is about because it's not about a dumb dad. It is about a world filled with degenerates and horrible people. And at the end of the day, he always does, he would fundamentally, you know, he would theoretically kind of do the right thing because he didn't ever end up cheating on Peg.
Followed by an endless parade of eye-roll, short-bus dads.
Listen to this shit.
Homer Simpson.
Parody. Homer Simpson is a parody of the kind of shows he's talking about, which do exist. That's why Homer Simpson is parodying them.
Family Guy.
Family Guy. Family Guy? The sincere show Family Guy about the dumb dad, Peter Griffin. First of all, he fucking loves Family Guy. He talks about it all the time. Family Guy, there's no basis in reality for family. There's no grounded. It's not.
Modern Family, Malcolm in the Middle.
So Modern Family, yeah, the dad is kind of dumb in that. That's true. It's not a great show, Modern Family. It never gets better than the first season. Malcolm in the Middle, how dare you speak of Hal this way? Hal is not a dumb dad, a dumb, embarrassing dad. He's a horny dad. That's what Hal is on the show. He's a horny dad. One of the episodes of that show I really remember is the episode where it ends with the mom, Lois. She gets upset and she has this moment where she's like, listen, if you are attracted to me, no matter what, that means you love me more than I love you. And he goes, oh my God, of course I love you more than you love me. The central relationship of the parents on that show was very sweet. And she was like kind of a domineering nightmare. Like their dynamic, I only watched the first few seasons as a kid, but I have very fond memories. It wasn't like, oh, Hal's the dumb, embarrassing dad. Yeah, he's goofy. It was a fucking sitcom. They were all fucking goofy. And Bryan Cranston was good at that shit.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Okay, Raymond was not the dumb dad. Raymond was the father who was terrorized by every member of his family around him. Deborah was a demon from hell on that show.
Home Improvement.
And his parents, obviously, we all know what his parents were like.
According to Jim.
Home Improvement, yeah, it would be kind of the dumb dad thing, but he also was like the guy with a job who made all the money, like, and that's what Tim Allen did. That was his whole shtick. And according to Jim, was dog shit, the worst show of all time. Like, I'm sure he was dumb on that show, but it also was like, oh, he's a dumb, useless guy and his wife is beautiful. So there's another problem there with it.
And it's not just the old school broadcast TV sitcoms. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. All of those shows he just discussed, 2 of them are still on the air and they're the cartoons. All of the other ones ended. I mean, Modern Family was around until kind of recently, but like really, those other ones ended so long ago.
It's highbrow streaming stuff. It's major motion pictures. It's minor motion pictures. It's in everything.
So he has no specific examples he names there. It's in everything. Minor motion pictures, major motion pictures. What ones? Oh, Dune. The story of an idiot dad. I mean, kind of. That's really going to be the upcoming one, sort of. But not in the way he means. Oh, highbrow shows? Oh, yes. You know, we all loved The Pit, the story of the incompetent father figure of the hospital. Like, this guy is self-admitted. He does not watch television, so he doesn't fucking know.
But all these shows, they can't all be lying about what it's like to have kids.
Okay, so he's about to play a montage from a bunch of shows. I recognize most of them. I can say what they are, but there's some dialogue included.
Your EQ is off the charts, Nick.
Aha, Nick. I'm Nick now. What happened to Dad?
Well, I don't know, Nick. What happened to Dad?
So I'm not sure what that's from. Steve Carell is an older father talking to, I guess it's his teen daughter, who's like giving him a lot of guff. The next one is War of the Worlds. It's Justin Chatwin, fucking Justin Chatwin, throwing a ball around with Tom Cruise at the start of the movie.
Asshole. Hate coming here.
Why are you acting
I'm not sure what this one is.
so dickish? I mean, it is only $10.
Do you hear how they
So this is Chris Rock. I think this might be like Top 9 or whatever this is called.
talk to me? Do you hear how you got to say something?
And then this is the John Hamm show where he's like a thief or whatever that just came out on Apple.
Oh, hold on. When are you guys planning on coming home?
By 11 or 12?
Yeah, soon.
You know you both have school tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. We do. Yeah, he's right.
Solid parenting, Dad. Come on.
All of the clips he just played, none of them were about a dumb, dopey dad. They were all about dads being talked back to and sassed by their teenage children. A phenomenon that is extremely well documented. And it's not as if it's like, well, the moms get it good from the teenagers. No, no, no. Listen to a teenage girl talk about their mom sometimes. Like, he plays examples and they're not fucking examples of what he's fucking talking about. It's other shit. It's like the idea he is opposed to media where a man is disrespected by anybody. It's crazy. This is an incel manifesto. If we found out, well, there's not gonna. If I tried to do the episode on August 1st and it never came up, and then on August 2nd, I found out, well, they're not going to do any more real time because Bill Maher's in jail because he shot up an all women's school. I'd be like, absolutely. That last episode should have been a warning. He should have been stopped before then. There should be a big scandal and an investigation because he just wrote a 4chan manifesto about how men are the only form of discrimination allowed anymore is misandry. This fucking psychopath.
Kids today, they're like Trump. They think the rules don't apply to them.
What the fuck are you talking about? What does that have to do with what this new rule is supposed to be about? I swear, I did not remove any context that would make that have any sort of continuity or flow to it. He's like, oh, dads are always dumb. Everybody shows dads being dumb. All the media shows dads being dumb. Here's a bunch of teenagers being rude, as well as a few dads talking about how their children are rude to them. What does that have to do with anything?
Mom is always the smart one, the
Not true.
good one.
Not true.
He's just lucky to be in her orbit. And I get it that this is a correction to centuries of women being deemed the weaker sex, but how long does the correction last? And when will men stop making me throw up in my mouth with the way they pander so nakedly? Ryan Gosling says, I think women are better than men. They're better than us.
Okay. Well, when you get as much pussy as Ryan Gosling was getting, why don't you, then you can fucking talk shit about this, you fucking dumb fucking loser.
And Harry Styles' t-shirt agrees.
His shirt says women are smarter.
Terry Crews believes it. He says women are smarter than men for real. Even Barack Obama says about women that what I can say pretty indisputably is that you're better than us.
So first of all, it's completely removed all the context from whatever they were saying. And I do think there's an entire industry of kind of pandering to women around this stuff. But it also is a signifier of a lot of men also trying to be like, listen, I mean, look, man, there was no such thing as like spousal rape in a lot of this country for a really long time, up until pretty recently. If you're annoyed that some men are maybe overcompensating in that direction, like, maybe get to more of the root cause of this. Also, maybe they're at women's events. They may also well be joking. I mean, Bill Maher is also a liar. I mean, that's a part of the reason he has Wesley Hunt on too, because like Wesley Hunt, he just lies. He is a fundamentally dishonest person. So the other thing too is you're a fool to trust anything he's saying here. Any of these quotes, you would be a lunatic to just take them at face value. The episode that just came out, multiple instances in his fucking special where he cites things and quotes things, and when I looked into them, I was like, he's fundamentally lying about what this says. So why wouldn't he be fucking lying here, too? It's not like he's real time is where I try to be more on the level. Dude, there are a million fucking examples of him getting shit wrong and never admitting it and just either pretending like it never happened or never knowing any better. So who knows if these quotes are even fucking real? But the Obama thing he said last, this is so egregious.
Really? Because I don't remember Michelle taking out bin Laden.
So, first of all, the minor funny thing to me is that he shows a photo of like the war room of everybody who was involved in the bin Laden raid looking forward as if we need that photo for reference, as if we're gonna be like, what? Who took out bin Laden? And then we'll see the photo and go, oh, right. Obama was involved in the bin Laden raid. Here's the other thing. Obama didn't fucking take out bin Laden either. He just said, yeah, go for it. The fucking SEAL team took out bin Laden. And here's the other thing. They fucked it up, man. They crashed a goddamn helicopter in the process of doing that. And one of the guys who was involved in the mission is now fucking lying about being the one who killed bin Laden. That whole mission is a fucking disaster. And they are lucky they got out of there after killing that guy. They fucked it up so bad. And the reason they crashed that helicopter is because men refused to ask for directions. So the crowd doesn't laugh because it's not funny. It's not a joke. And they're kind of like, oh, and then they start applauding. And he gets mad. And with God as my witness, he sticks his tongue out at them like a fucking baby. Like a literal baby, he sticks his tongue out at them because they don't laugh. If I were an EP on this, I would drown myself in the ocean.
So besides being historically naive, this cringy pandering is why teenage boys flock to jerks like Andrew Tate.
Out of nowhere. There's no build. This just happens. There's no build up to any of this. He's suddenly going like, well, because men compliment women. Teen boys love Andrew Tate. Like it's not a project it's not a right-wing project to get men into far-right shit and, you know, a concerted effort by tech companies that specifically filter their algorithm. No, it's because men say shit like, well, celebrities say shit like, well, women are better than men. Dude, don't even hope for him citing any sort of source or providing any sort of evidence other than just being like, well, this is true because I fucking thought of it.
Now, if you don't know who he is, your teenage son does. He's an accused rapist turned influencer whose videos get billions of views, where he says things like women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted.
Dude, okay, he said that. Bill Maher has said that. Bill Maher said that about fucking the primary accuser in the Diddy trials. He said that about her. He blamed her. He was like, women, just leave. At what point is it your own fault for not leaving? He fucking did this, man. This is nuts. I live in a simulation that has been created to drive me insane. Will Weldon has no mouth, but he must scream. I exist in a supercomputer designed to torture me specifically. I cannot handle that. I can't. That one is brain breaking. He blames women for their own sexual assaults, and the look on his face. Can you believe this shit? I can believe it because I have watched Real Time with Bill Maher. It's very easy for me to believe that men are doing that because I've watched you do it, you craven asshole. Maybe not craven. Maybe you just have no memory. Maybe you have no reading comprehension. Maybe you don't have a brain. It is a skull filled with, I don't know, some smug thing, some arbiter of smugness I can't think of that would be great to fill his skull with.
Because that's the choice of role models.
Okay.
That an American teenage boy has. Either performative pussyhood or the manosphere.
Dude, I mean, performative pussyhood, obviously very problematic. And obviously he's framing everything through a right-wing lens because he is a conservative. He's Republican, he's a right-wing guy. I keep saying it. I really want to drive it home. This is a right-wing guy. The idea that Ryan Gosling is a pussy. This pussy Ryan Gosling. Man, it's not like I'm some Ryan Gosling fan, but like the idea of Bill Maher calling Ryan Gosling a pussy is... It's a guy... I've never heard Ryan Gosling go on Stern and like cry about how unfairly he was treated. I've heard Ryan Gosling be like, wow, you know, I really feel bad that my wife had to do most of the caring for our newborn baby because I was learning to play the piano for that fucking La La Land movie. I don't think that's pussy shit. So he's got like a montage or a collage up next to him of it's Logan and Jake Paul, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, one of the Nelk boys, Dave, rapist Barstool Dave, Andrew Schulz, and Patrick Bet David. So I think the manosphere, I don't think some of these guys belong in the term the manosphere. I don't think they're good, but this is not what I think of when I think of the manosphere. These are just right-wing podcasters who he just listed. Also, he's been on Rogan, he's been on Nelk Boys, he's had Schulz on, and he has had Patrick Bet David on. So it's like, if these are such horrifying, disgusting men, why are you having them on Club Random to be like, God, you're great, you know? Like, what the fuck is this? This is the bitchiest shit on the... He's like, oh, these fucking pussyhood. And then you're going to be this kind of backbiting little bitch where you pretend to like these guys when you have them on your show and you're on their show. And then you're like, look at these disgusting manosphere guys. That's the most pathetic shit on the whole show. That's the most pussy shit on the whole show, buddy. You to be like, oh, these guys who I had on my show and they did, but they're probably not watching now. So I could be like, look at these awful manosphere guys. You were just on the fucking Nelk Boys podcast. And now you're going to be like, look at them. The manosphere. They're terrible. You fucking love these guys.
Yet we have something in between a complete cuck who dares not open his mouth for fear of mansplaining and owning a tiger.
A complete cuck who is afraid of opening his mouth lest he mansplain, or owning a tiger. It's like that's the best criticism you have of those guys, is that they enjoy being around exotic pets because they are fundamentally fascists, and that's the kind of aesthetic that fascists love. Like pathetic cucks can't get their fucking little dicks hard because they're too busy apologizing to their wife. Or guys who like exotic cats. Well, it seems like it's kind of clear which one of those you prefer based on the way you're describing them.
The Democrats are always asking, how do we win back men? Just be real.
Just be real. That's a guy who knows how to win back men. Fucking squeaky voice Dave. Just be real. He talks like a castrated jester in a fucking George R.R. Martin adaptation that's bad.
Not a monster and not a doormat. Is that so hard?
I mean, what we know is that if the Democrats want to win men back, they should look to the campaigns of Zoran Mamdani or Bernie Sanders, both of which did quite well with young men. That's the kind of thing you could say and then back it up with some empirical data. even if it's, you know, at the end of the day, if you can poke a lot of holes in it, at least on the surface level, at least it is a starting point for a conversation, as opposed to, I'm a demented old man who hates women so much, who hates them so much, but I've had so much career success so fast that I simply know it is not worth to ever kill any of them. I find the only value that exists in them is that they are as young as possible that I can get away with. That's how he views women. And then he's going to be like, here's how you win back young men. Buddy, I don't think it's worth winning back young men who view the world the way you do. Because you're a scary person. In the same way the lowliest grub in the universe is scary on some existential level.
But let's not pretend, my fellow humans with a penis.
Okay, this is truly like, what is this? Who are you doing this for? Why? Like, he's so pathetic. He's like, he's threatened. This is him like defending men. Also, this, my fellow humans with a penis. Yeah, your smug transphobia. Fucking on the way home.
Who are so down on yourselves that your convenient, pleasant, cushy lives would be anything close to that without a few little things that men did contribute, like electricity.
So earlier he says, he's like, I'm, not going to pretend like women haven't been held back from doing things. It's like somebody would have invented electricity, man. Some woman could have also invented electricity. Also, your cushy lives. The idea that there would ever be any criticism from men. And it's like guys like this are the reason some men feel the need to attempt to fully retreat from the fact that they themselves are men. And I don't think that is productive. I don't think it is. I am now 40, and I've looked back and I was like, I just don't think it was productive the times in my life when I was like, I hate men. I wish, all men are bad. All women are so much better. Also don't think any of that shit is helpful or even a lot of times believable. But like that shit happens in a direct response to guys like Bill Maher, who will sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you love women so much. Well, men invented the skyscraper. Oh, do you love women? Well, how many women are directly responsible for the absolutely nightmarish, hellish world we've built for ourselves?
And batteries, and movies, microphones, the plow, the compass, the clock, the alarm clock, the printing press.
Also, again, I don't believe him.
The internet, the toilet. The telescope, penicillin, planes, the Magna Carta.
Also, oh my God, penicillin. Oh no, sorry. I was thinking of pasteurization, also invented by a man. But I bet he doesn't believe in penicillin either. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't believe in antibiotics.
Telephone, the smartphone.
He doesn't believe in fucking antibiotics. How dare you, bro? To quote Yankees Avenue, how dare you?
Rockets. The theory of universal gravitation, refrigeration, air conditioning, the theory of evolution, the computer, AI. Oh, sorry about that one.
So you think that'd be the joke to end this?
And the George Foreman grill.
Why did you do one joke and then another joke that break the pattern? That's not how you write comedy, you fucking dunce. I've run out of, I'm repeating ways to call him an idiot because I've run out of them. I feel like I've used them all. Like, the guy can't write comedy. He keeps licking his lips, too. I hate it. I hate this whole experience. I hate this fucking rotten bastard with every single fiber of my being.
Men built the railroads and the roads, not to mention democracy and the Bill of Rights. And oh yeah, dying by the tens of millions to end slavery, defeat fascism, and face down communism.
So that, face down communism, fuck off. Men died by the tens of millions to face down communism. Fuck you, you fucking moron. But that shit, that is a direct right-wing talking point. That is an explicitly right-wing talking point people use all the time on Twitter as a justification for paying women less, for women having less of a place in society, where they'll be like, well, women didn't die during World War II. This guy, his brain is rotten. Is rotten from this shit.
When your power goes out and comes back in 20 minutes, that's because a man in a rain...
That's because a man. Here's a real manly man. Talks the way a real manly man does.
...coat went
Aren't you inspired by... This because a man went out in a raincoat.
Out in the wind and the lightning and climbed a pole.
Dude, there are billions of women on this planet who could fucking beat this man to death so easily. And he's going to be like, oh, some skirt is going to get respect from me.
And fucked with live wires. I'm just saying, men were not completely useless.
So he goes on a minute and a half long, just totally off the deep end, a minute and a half long rant. Look at all the great things men have done. Oh, we're not all bad. It's like, okay, well, the guy goes and puts the power back on, then he goes home and annihilates his whole family. Oh, they fought in the wars by the tens of millions. Yeah, and then those guys came back and they beat their wives and they beat their children, and they never, ever expressed how to talk about mental health or feelings or anything, and actively discouraged it. And then their children, especially their sons, didn't know how to do it, and they didn't teach their children how to do it. And then we had to go fucking figure out how to do it ourselves so that our kids wouldn't be fucked up like everybody else. Men do some good things. Buddy, a man and men did the goddamn Holocaust. If we're gonna play this incredibly stupid, pathetic, shallow game, let's not act like all men are bad. Nobody's fucking saying that. You castrated ninny, mate. I started choking on my own rage like fucking Moe from The Simpsons. This should be on a fucking serial killer whiteboard in a police station right now. There is a true crime show that is maybe hearing this and being like, well, this is where we start with this evidence. These are the words of a man who resents the idea that a man could ever be criticized. And you know what? If there are teenage boys who hate women now, it is because any man has ever criticized another man.
Do you want to know what to get Dad next Father's Day? How about a little respect?